Okay, today we're gonna put in a new USB-C charger in this now old 2014 Sentra. Instead of having all these adapters, and there's little adapters. I think the little outlet is actually broken down here. It doesn't work intermittently with some adapters. So I'm gonna replace that with this. This one's USB-C, it's a voltmeter, and a USB-A, I guess. So we're gonna stick that in there like I did in my Frontier and the 521. So first thing we're gonna do is take off this thing. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. I think this knob has to come off, I can't remember. Yeah, the shifter's the way. I think I need to put the key in. Alright, so to take this out, you got to take out the top piece, which is no tools required. This is an aftermarket one, aftermarket radio, but it pops out, and then there's two screws. Mine was a T20, it may be Phillips. And then you got to turn the key on. Oh, where's the key? To get it into the lower gear. I turn the key on. Brakes. Don't start the car. Now we can get this thing off. Then I gotta turn this thing. Just a second. Aim it at the. Oh my gosh, how many wires are back here? Oh, jeez. Gotta get copyright strict. Aiming at my. Okay, there we go. Now it's off. Oh wow, this is a mess.
Oh, it just died.
No, the screen just goes off.
Oh,
It's
okay.
So now, oh wow, it's like a little harness to a harness. This is a little fancy. I'll get rid of that. I need to take this to the bench and take this apart. Put it back in the park. Turn the key off. Oh, what the hell is that thing? Oh, this is the door. Fancy. Look at this big old chunk of weight. Look at that piece of metal. Just to give it that fancy. Ooh. Big old chunk of metal. Okay, so I gotta get. I need a Phillips. Take this off. Let me get in there. You can hit the top button, pause it. Alright, so I got it out of the holder. There's 4 screws. Actually, I think it was 6. No, there's 4 screws. And there's 2 more screws along the top. And this thing just comes off. A little protection. I don't think that's really needed, but okay, now we can actually see the outlet. Now we can just take out, looks like a little sub harness here, which we're probably gonna have to modify for the new style. It actually says Renault space Nissan on here. That's interesting. Okay, to get this thing off. 12-volt outlet. In the old days, people used to smoke and put cigarette lighters in here. So it was designed for cigarettes back in the day. I don't know if anybody still smokes anymore. Just need a flathead. Alright, so I got the broken one out with a flathead. See, the old style, it's actually a 2-piece style. It's part metal and part plastic. Not a lot of plastic. The problem was it was broken, so it was a moving target trying to hit the button. It didn't work all the time. So that's old technology. Here's the new aluminum technology. Just take the nut off. I did this on my Frontier when it was like brand new, and it was a pain because it was an angle and I had to glue it in. This one maybe. I need to make the hole bigger. Okay, so we need to make that hole bigger. Probably get rid of this silly cover. I don't think we need the little cover. We've got a cover already. So I just need to figure out what size drill that is, and I'm just gonna drum all that out, make that size. And then I gotta figure out the wiring. Where'd that sub harness go? Be too easy if that just plugged into there. Nope. So I gotta cut these wires and connect them to that. Alright, so I just got this connector off. I had to put a flathead screwdriver in there. So now I've got this thing free. Cut this, rewire this. Okay, so I just laid the nut inside here. There's actually a ridge in here. I need to remove up to that ridge. So that's convenient. All I gotta do is remove that whole inner thing with a sand file or whatever. And that'll be big enough. Alright, so I had to file on the top of here and make this flat because it was hitting the ceiling. So now the nut goes on. Looks like it's gonna work. I had to shoe glue the one in the Frontier because it was on an angle and there was no way I could use the nut. It wasn't flat on the back like this one. But this is it's gonna be nice and solid with this big nut on the back. There we go. All I gotta do is do the wiring. Officially I have a it's not going to spin either because I have to cut the top. Maybe over there. I don't know if you can see there or not. That looks good. Got a slight lean, but good enough. That's going to be nice in there. So now I got to figure out the wiring. I get the wiring that came with the charger. Alright, so I've just got it wired up. I went ahead and crimped on. I cut off this proprietary Nissan connector because that's not going to work on anything aftermarket. And this thing came with a little wiring harness with these like one-time use female 1/4 inch that I've got on mine. But I didn't want to use that because I don't need it. It also came with 4 females, so I just put those on the end of the factory wires. Green is 12 volts, black is negative, and we're good to go. Now I can just put it back together. I did test in the car, made sure with the keyed accessory, this had 12 volts, so it was the green. So I just crimped it. When you're putting it back together, these 2 tiny screws are on the top, and this little dust shield thing. And the big screws are all the way around the 4 mounts. Look at all the screws around this thing. Crazy amount of steel in this plastic trim. I love Nissan. They're always over-engineered. Good stuff. So now, get these all back on. Throw it back in the car. We'll have a modern-day USB-C plug and a 2014. I don't even know if USB-C was invented yet. I remember when USB came out, the first version. I don't know if I could film this or not. Well, let's see, all I gotta do is plug this connector back in somehow. Put the key back in the ignition. Keyed on. Oh, I gotta hit the brake pedal. I'm on a hill too. Down into low gear. Oh, I don't know if you saw that or not. Plug this connector back in. Okay. Put that back on there. Oh, look at that. It works. 11.3. What does that button do? Oh, it turns it on and off. See, the other ones I did, they're on all the time. This must be a different brand. This battery is testing kind of low. Then again, the doors have been open for like an hour or so. Alright, so that obviously works. I put the screws back in. And put it back into park. Put the key back off. Put the 2 screws in and pop the covers back on. And I installed this, well, this is the second stereo installed in this car. I think about 6 or 7 years ago. I put an aftermarket radio in here and I put in these cell phone holders. Here's what I always do in all my cars. I don't glue them in. I drill a hole and I put a 3mm bolt through there. And so they don't fall off because the glues never work that good. That's what I always do. I always bolt my things on. Just drill a hole in this aftermarket thing. Yeah, let's try it one more time. Ow. Oh, I'm sure it's good. I don't know where the keys are. This car. So the 2014 Sentra has now got USB-C. 12.9. Let's see if it still starts. Let's see if the alternator's working. 14 volts. So can I turn that off? That's kind of cool. I don't think I can do that on mine. I think mine's just on all the time. I plugged one of these in my son's Versa and it kept draining the battery after about a week because I had it on all the time and it slowly drained the battery, so I had to wire it up to accessory. But that's how the factory one is, so not a problem in this car. Or my Frontier's on accessory as well. I can throw away these big stupid things. And this is just a reminder, I looked it up. When it first broke, I checked the fuses. I added these 2 extra fuses. These for the bows. I think this 10 amp right here is the whatever you call it, 12-volt outlet. Actually, we don't know if we ever did figure out what I don't think I ever did find the fuse for the 12-volt outlet. That's actually audio. That's audio 15. So I never did figure out what fuse is for the thing. There's 3 fuse boxes, but I only found 1. There's supposed to be another one in here somewhere. If you know where the other one is, in the book it says there's 2 under the hood and 1 under the dash. I think the other one is under the passenger side kick panel, which I've never put eyes on. Yeah, this 5-year-old battery is, I load tested it and it's like 80%. Needs to be changed soon. So, anyways, I guess I don't know where the fuse is yet for this thing, but it didn't blow. It wasn't the fuse. Well, I just looked under the A-pillar on both sides, left and right. There's no fuse box under there. It's not under there. It comes off without tools. Same on that side. So I don't know if you know where the other fuse boxes are. I can't find them. Maybe under the center thing? I don't know. I'll have to look in the factory service manual again. I looked online. It was under the hood and under the panel, kick panel, but look under the Nissan service manual. Can't find the other fuse boxes. So the other option was to install this style 12-volt outlet, which is the original style for like cigarette holders or 12-volt adapters, but I put in this one. So this is trash. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. My Sentra videos seem to be very popular. Don't forget about my 521 stuff or my Frontier stuff. Those are my real fun things. Thanks for watching.